Hi everyone, and I hope you all are doing well. My name is Karolina, and I typically post videos on luxury and contemporary handbags and SLGs. So if that is something you are interested in, I hope you consider subscribing. Today's video is an exciting video. I am going to do a 4-month updated wear and tear on my very loved Coach Juliet 38, and I just wanted to show you guys the wear and tear after 4 months. I've been heavily using this bag. I have not been babying it. So anybody who is interested in purchasing this bag, I think they still have this bag, I think in black. Amazon I think might have it in chalk, and I'm not certain, but I believe they brought out like a Merlot color. If I'm wrong, I will tell you on the screen, because I thought I saw it on Facebook on the Coach Gone Rogue group, but I could be wrong. But I have been absolutely loving this bag, and I wanted to show you guys the wear and tear. Like I said, I did not baby this bag by any means. This is my work bag, and I put in a bunch of stuff, like to the point where this bag is heavy, because when I'm working in the office, I want to have everything but the kitchen sink with me. So this bag has definitely packed a punch, and there are some signs of wear, but not signs that I would say are negative by any means. So if you're interested in seeing how this bag has held up in the 4 months of heavily using this bag, then just keep on watching. Now, I quickly wanted to say, this has nothing to do with the video today, but I had the absolute pleasure of meeting my friend Dawn from Dawn Loves Couture here on YouTube. And I met Dawn through YouTube virtually, and today was a very special day because we actually met in person, and we had a lovely day spent today. Today is Sunday, and we went out to lunch and just had a very nice day. So thank you, Dawn. I had an absolutely lovely day. And for those of you who have not checked out Dawn's channel, why haven't you? I will link her channel down below. You will not be disappointed. She is such a sweet woman here, and I just had the most pleasant time today, and I can honestly say I don't remember the last time I had such an enjoyable day spent with a friend, enjoying each other's company, having lunch. So again, thank you, Dawn, and to all of those of you that have not yet seen Dawn, which I'm sure you have, I will link her channel down below. But with that being said, let's get into today's video. I'll start with exterior. Let me first take out the organizer, because if you're not new to my channel, you'll know I did put in an organizer into the bag. This is not made for this bag by any means, but it just worked for me. It was a Zumoni bag organizer that I think I had for my YSL Rive Gauche, if I'm saying that correctly, little tote that I used to have, and I ended up selling it off, and I had the organizer, so I just figured I would put it into this bag, and it worked perfectly. So for the exterior, for the most part, I do not see any signs of wear, and I'm gonna try to angle this so you guys can see the actual bag and not me. So there's really no signs of wear. Now, this bag is genuine glove tanned leather, and the only real signs of wear that I could see, and it's obviously very hard to tell, but I'll try to show you guys. So right over here in this area, there is a dark mark, but I believe that is maybe something I did, or maybe like a water spot, but nothing that you could really notice. I only noticed it just right now. The next thing I will say is I think there is a small scratch to the leather right in this area here, as you can see, but it is very hard to tell unless you are like really up close to the bag. From far away, you can't even tell that that is there. The front is a little bit less than the back. I don't know why. It's not something that bothers me that it's not even, but the front, you could tell, is a lot more relaxed. When I first got this bag, it was a little bit more stiffer, whereas now this leather is very, as you can see, it's very smushy. It's very soft, and like I said, I have packed this to the brim. And now I'll show you the back, and I think you may be able to see, but there is that same type of veining in the leather. You might be able to see. I'm really hoping you can. But there's that kind of like veining in the leather, just like with my chain tabby 30. Now, I personally do enjoy that look. I love having the bag have that relaxed, slouchy leather, worn in look. It doesn't look worn in to the point where it looks beat up, in my opinion. However, I know everybody has their own opinion and definition of what worn in looks like versus what beat up looks like. I personally absolutely love the wrinkles that this bag has gotten with the heavy use. You could see that over there. I just think it's great. See the veining, hopefully, if the camera picks it up, all throughout the back. Again, I'm not sure why the front isn't as like veiny as the back. It's still there. It's just not as much. It could be that I maybe have more items towards the back of the bag, causing there to be more, I don't know, like maybe stretching to the leather. I don't know. But that is something I did notice. And then another thing I'll say I noticed is at the top here, you could see there is a lot more wrinkling going on. And this again is the back of the bag. So there is a lot more of that wrinkling. Whereas the front, there is wrinkling, but it's not noticeable, in my opinion. So it's not that noticeable by any means. So that is the overall front and back of the bag. There is no stitches out of place on these sides. Let me confirm, but as far as I'm aware, yes, there is no like stitches out of place on this piece right here that reinforces the strap. There is no wear to this leather piece that holds the shoulder strap to the bag. Let me show the other side, and hopefully it focuses on the bag and not my face. But you can see there is really no wear there. And again, cornerware, there, honestly, I don't see any cornerware. And this is a big bag, you know, and when you have it stuffed, I've, you know, banged it into walls and doors as I'm trying to get to work. But honestly, you guys, I don't really see any, and I mean any cornerware at all. So hopefully you guys can see that. It looks great. Okay, and then the bottom, everything looks good. So here is the bottom. You have the stamping right here that says the genuine glove tanned leather. There might be some little imprints here and there, like you might be able to see right here. There's some imprints, and that's honestly probably from me just setting the bag down. But there's really, I'm honestly pleasantly surprised as to how well this bag has been holding up. Okay, now the next question I did get asked, and I'm sorry, I forget who asked it. If I could find your comment, I will put it in the description below just so you can see this video in case you are looking. But you said you recently purchased this bag, pre-loved, but it was in brand new condition with tags, and it was this color. And you had some concerns about the strap. Now, my strap, mind you, again, I heavily use this bag. I stuff it to the brim to the point where this is a very heavy bag because I make it that heavy. I need everything. Even though 90% of the items in my bag I do not use, I just like to have it just in case. I'm that kind of person that likes to be prepared. And when it comes to work, I definitely do that. So here is the strap. So it's not too bad if you're looking at it in this kind of like angled position where it's sitting on your shoulder. So when it's like that, the strap looks great. But when I go ahead and I take the strap and, you know, flatten it out, you can see there is creasing going on. And I honestly, genuinely think it's just because of the fact that, like, even when it's a little bit relaxed, let me see if I could show you, there is still that creasing. It's not that bad, but there is some creasing. Now, it looks like that on both sides because depending on how I'm rushing to work, I don't always put it on, you know, the same way. There's times I put it on this way, there's times it flips over and I put it on this way. But overall, this is not something I'm concerned about. Obviously, it's leather. As it bends and as I have more items in it, it's obviously going to have those creases, and it's not something I personally am concerned about. It's just something I expect to happen. And I honestly don't even know. I might have even had this bag purchased this way. I just never really paid attention. If you're someone who just got this bag, or if you guys know, if you guys can leave a comment down below, this way this could answer the question to my lovely viewer so that they know. But I don't remember if it had creases or not when I first got it. It was not something I was really paying attention to. Now, there are no loose stitches on the top handle, and the stitches holding in the D-rings are perfect as well. So that's all great. Let me see what else. The hardware is perfect. The only thing I see now that I'm looking, and Binks is here now, and he wants to make it very known to everybody that he's here. Yes. The only thing I noticed, and I'm pretty sure I know, yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who did this, and Binks agrees. I think Mr. Boo got into this, and I apologize that he is so vocal, but he is my little boy and I love him so much. So anytime he wants to give me attention, I will take it, even if I'm filming a video, right? Yes, he knows it. But I'm pretty sure, because that looks like a little love bite from Mr. Boo. Binks is not a cat that will bite my belongings, and Freddy isn't either, unless it's, you know, I don't know, like faux plants. Like these I had to hide, and I have to usually close this door because Freddy comes in and tries to chew on the fake plants. So I'm pretty sure that that was a Mr. Boo love bite, but that's honestly not something that you guys will have to worry about unless you have a cat that loves to chew your coach backs. So now let's quickly move on to the interior and conclude how I feel about this bag. Now I am going to take this top handle off, because that is the one con that I think I mentioned before, is that when you wear this bag and you put the bag down, the strap literally aligns with the zipper pull. So I am going to take this off just for the sake of this video. And now I'll show you guys the zipper. And again, I apologize. He is very vocal right now. But the zipper is still absolutely fabulous. As you guys could tell, I never have any issues with this zipper. It's so smooth. It never gets caught on anything. So that is, oh, there's Boo. Yeah. So the zipper has never given me any kind of issue as far as opening and closing the bag, even when it's packed full. It is perfect. So the interior, honestly, there is not much to say because I have an organizer typically in this bag, but the interior, let me see if I could somehow show you guys this bag. The interior is absolutely spotless. Oh my goodness, this is so hard to show. But the interior is absolutely spotless. There is no stains. There are, even when I'm opening the bag and going through the bag, there is no staining on the top portion. There is no, and that is Marcel now. Now everybody wants to come in here. The pocket is in perfect condition still. The only thing I will say, and I think I mentioned it before, is this pocket, like snap button closure, is very strong. So I don't typically open it because I always worry that it's gonna like rip. But at least you'll know your stuff is secure. So that is the interior, and as I stated, I just have the silica packets and the cards. And again, you can't unfortunately get this bag anymore, but here are the details in case you wanted to look on the pre-loved sites. But the interior is still holding up very, very well. So with that being said, let me give you guys my final thoughts. I think you guys probably already can assume what my thoughts are on this bag, but let me give you guys my final thoughts, some pros, some cons, and yeah. Okay, so my final thoughts. Do I still love this bag as much as I did when I first purchased it? Do I still want to get the Brooklyn 39? Or has this scratched that itch? Well, to start off, I'm still absolutely in love with this bag. I absolutely adore wearing this bag. I love the way it's aging, and I am obviously usually trying to rotate my bags every week for work, and whenever I'm in this bag, it's always very difficult to switch to a different bag, but I'm trying to get my cost per wear out of most of my bags because I'm not someone who collects bags, even though it seems like I do. I'm someone who enjoys wearing my bags. Now, this is a bag that it gets very difficult, like I stated, to get out of. But I still really love this bag. And I have to force myself to get out of it every time I'm in it. So if you are going to get the Coach Juliet 38 and you're planning on using it for work and you have other bags for work in your rotation, just know you might have a hard time wanting to get the items out of this bag into a different bag and forcing yourself to use a different bag, because it is a great bag. It's functional. It's obviously very good wearing because, like I said, for my work bags, I am someone, yes, I do take care of my bags, but as far as work bags, they are intended to be my work bags. So I expect them to get a little bit more beat up, I would say, even though I don't like physically, chuck them at the wall as I'm walking or anything like that. But, there are times if I'm rushing it to get into the office, I have to go through several sets of doors. So there is a chance that my bag, and it's happened, hits against the wall or hits against the door. It's just inevitable. Or when I'm taking it out of the car, putting it into the car, it happens. This bag has held up well. There's really not anything wrong with this bag. I have nothing but good things to say other than the one con, and I know I'm not the only one that mentioned it before, but this is not something that you can't use like a trigger snap. I think I've used a trigger snap before, or if you have, I don't know, like one of those rings that some of the bag charms have where you could take the ring off, like even the Labubu, the little ring, if you take it off of the little tab that, you guys know what I'm talking about. It's been a long weekend, but you know what I'm talking about. And if you put that ring, against one of these and then attach this to the ring, that'll solve the problem, because as you guys can see, when you have the bag up, you set it down, it literally goes right where the zipper is. So sometimes when you want to open the bag, the zipper and the strap kind of get in the way of one another. That's really the only con. I'm someone who has issues with bags staying on my shoulder. This bag has never slipped off of my shoulder. I've never had any issues like that. But yeah, this bag has held up well. There's just nothing really wrong with it. And honestly, in my opinion, I am so happy that I picked this bag up over the Brooklyn 39. I think this bag in particular is the perfect length as far as how long it is. I think it doesn't look too overpowering on the body. When I tried on the Brooklyn 39, I felt like, even though I am a little bit bigger, I felt like that bag was swallowing me whole because it was so big, so long. And I remember my husband was with me when I tried it on, and he's like, you look absolutely ridiculous with that bag on. He's like, it's too big. Whereas this is the 38, so not much smaller. And it has a zipper closure. If you guys can see it, if the strap will get out of the way. It has a zipper closure. It looks great on the body. It's comfortable to wear. I don't know. I just honestly, truly cannot recommend this bag enough. If you are someone who likes the Brooklyn, but the 28 is too small for you and the 39 is too big, I would highly suggest checking out the Coach Juliet 38. I think you would not be disappointed in this bag. Again, it has worn very well, and I think it just fits the body a lot nicer than the Brooklyn 39. That's just my personal opinion. But that is basically the 4-month wear and tear of the Juliet 38. Now I will obviously do a 1-year wear and tear because obviously I will continue to be wearing this bag for work, and I want to be honest with you guys as to how this bag wears in that year time frame. So definitely look out for that. That will be obviously coming in another 8 months because I've only had this for about 4 months. But I will definitely do a full year review, show you guys this bag. And who knows, maybe they'll have more colors by then. Maybe this will still be a bag that is very popular. I personally think this is a great bag from Coach, and hopefully they do still keep it around and to add more colors, because if this bag came out in the olive color, I would be in so much trouble, because that would be a bag that would be one I would definitely. That is the 4-month wear and tear video on the Coach Juliet 38. Definitely let me know in the comments down below if you guys have the Juliet 38 or any of the Juliet sizes. I know it doesn't only come in the 38, but I would definitely be curious as to if you guys are still loving this bag, if you purchased it. I know this was a color that went on sale on Macy's website, and it was an amazing price. And for those of you that snagged it for that price, I'm so happy for you. And definitely let me know if you guys are still enjoying it, if you were one of the people that purchased this bag for that steal of a price. I would definitely be curious to see if you guys are still enjoying it. I personally still absolutely love mine, and I don't foresee that changing anytime soon. But I would love to hear your comments down below and what you guys are thinking of this bag. And do you guys think that this bag maybe will come out in more colors? I sure hope it does, because it is a bag that I love very much. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me that you guys come and watch my videos. And for those that take the time to leave a comment, it is just something that I look forward to. Every time I post a new video is to be able to engage with you guys in the comments down below, get your feedback and all of that good stuff. So thank you guys again for watching, and I will see you in the next one.